what I always tell people, and I know that sometimes this is an impossible ask, but I always have to remind people that number one, I don't think it's a good idea to set high expectations for yourself. Not in the sense that, like, I think it's a good thing that you do that, but I also think that when you come into this exam, I don't really think it's a good idea to say, like, it's 520 or bust, that type of thing. In my opinion, you should just, first of all, come to terms with the thought that a 510 is a good score. And if I can get a 510 or above, great. I'm not going to retake it because I can get into pretty much any school with that, as long as the rest of your application is pretty well rounded, right? That's the first thing, because if you're going in there with the thought, I need to get a 520 or bust, you're going to be anxious. Trust me, you're going to be anxious the whole time. The other thing you have to understand is that while the MCAT does predict performance on standardized exams, it doesn't predict anything about your clinical competency, how good of a doctor you're going to be, all this other stuff. It has nothing to do with that. Now, obviously, medical school, the difficulty of medical school is you have to study a lot. That's the thing. And the part of the hidden curriculum of this exam is that it is teaching you to prepare efficiently for a difficult standardized test with a lot of material that's hard to organize, which is what you're going to have to do for step one and step two. But I am of the strong opinion that step one and step two are easier exams for psychological reasons than the MCAT is, because you're already in medical school, because you're learning material that you probably find more interesting and is more directly correlated to the rest of your career. There's a lot of reasons. And I do think that step one and step two are easier for those reasons. And therefore, actually doing well in medical school is easier, in my opinion, than the MCAT. That means that if you can get through this MCAT and you can learn how to prepare for it, you can overcome this, and then you go to medical school, you're going to be fine.